Appreciate everybody being here. We have a quorum. Move to item 2, the consent agenda. All the following items which concern reports and items of routine nature normally approved at AHA meetings will be approved by one vote unless any trustee desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and action on the following items. A, minutes of the regular trustee meeting August 26, 2025. B, the Finance Committee minutes September 23rd, 2025. And C, the check report August 9th, 2025 to September 8th, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda, items A through C.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. A motion by Dr. Brown, second by Dr. Simon to approve the consent agenda, items A through C. Any questions? Roll call.
Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Mossberg. Yes.
Okay, 3, CEO's report.
Okay, well, I do have some exciting news. I'm super excited to share. We have hired a new provider. Bianca Reese is going to join us just after the first of the year. She will graduate from OU Physician's Assistant School next month. And by the time we get all of her credentialing and everything that she needs, getting all of her new numbers and everything, since she's a new provider, it's probably going to be close to the first of the year anyway. So she will start with us after the first of the holidays are over, and I'm glad to get her on board. We went to Boston, a group of us, so Kelly and myself, Reese in IT, Mark Almack, our clinical analyst, and Jaden, our controller, and Kelsey, our revenue cycle manager, all went to Boston last week to the Meditech Live conference, the first time we attended that. It was great. Lots of information, lots of vendors that we got to meet with, providers, all kinds of seminars or talks that they did, and just gained a lot of good information from that. I think it's beneficial for our staff. Like I told Kelly, maybe not every year that we need to go, but definitely Mark and Reese need to go to that every year. So it was a good networking opportunity for us to see the products and the new things that they've got coming up. One of the great things that they're talking about, of course, is AI, using AI in the hospital setting. So we got to learn a lot more about that, and just some of their other products they've got coming out. The last thing I have, aside from my report, if anybody has anything to report, CodeQuick is going well. Everything's headed in the right direction. Tweaking on the reporting some. I don't know that we had that report in here this time. There were a few things that needed cleaned up and reworked, but all in all, we are pleased with that transition. And I think the best, I mean, unless you guys are hearing something, and if you are, I do want to hear it, but I think the best indicator of that is we're not getting complaints about any recent billing issues. So if you are, please get with me so we can look into those, but seems to maybe have taken care of the issues that we've been having with that. Otherwise, still hearing great things about our surgery program and our surgeons. Dr. Tupper is always getting accolades. I ran into a lady in the clinic yesterday, and she just went on and on about he had taken care of her, and I think maybe a son or a grandson. And she's telling me all about it and telling me how wonderful the hospital was. She had moved here from a surrounding town. I won't name it specifically, but she said, you guys are doing such a great job. You have such a wonderful hospital. People don't know how lucky they are. And I was like, can I get that right? Can you put that right? Thank you.
And I'll say I get the notifications on my phone and my email whenever somebody leaves us a 5-star review, and it's about daily that I'll get Dr. Burke or Steve or Dr. Tupper or somebody, and it's really great.
Anyway, that's all I have. Anybody got any questions for me? Anything in my written report if you want to
Any
talk about.
questions? Do I have a motion to approve to accept the Share Medical Center written report for September 2025?
I move to approve the Share Medical Center written report for 2025, September 2025.
Thank you, Dr. Simon. Got a motion by Dr. Simon, a second by Mr. Bowman, to approve to accept the Share Medical Center written report for September 2025. Roll call?
Bowman?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Simon? Yes. Mossberg? Yes. Brown?
Yes.
Hannaford?
Yes. Item 4, CFO's report.
Okay, if you go to the summary page, I'll kind of hit some of the highlights. We did have operating cash balance at the end of August of $114,007. It's 2.9 days of operating expenses, excluding depreciation. Our accounts receivable, Candace mentioned that all of our metrics with our revenue cycle and code quick are moving in the right direction. And this is at $3.3 million. It was down $178,000 from July, and it is the lowest amount of accounts receivable that we've had in the last at least 6 months, probably longer. I just looked back 6 months. Sometimes accounts receivable goes down because revenue goes down. Revenue was down, gross revenue was down a little bit. About $160,000, but really the accounts receivable is going down because of the billing efforts and the collection efforts that are taking place. Gross revenue was almost $2.2 million. Our patient days for August were down quite a bit, so we saw the biggest decrease in our revenue coming from the inpatient acute side, swing bed. And so they were 11 compared to 43 in July. Clinic visits were also down a little bit from 1449 in July to 1413 in August. Our net patient revenue was up almost $200,000, and that was $983,456. That is largely because our contractuals went down in August, and a lot of that was with regard to our swing bed program. We've got some things we need to look at there, but our swing bed contractuals are negative because Medicare pays at a higher rate. So we'll get that looked at and straightened out, but that's part of that. It's accurate, but that's part of it. The operating expenses, excluding salaries, benefits, and depreciation for August was $689,566. That was up $28,000. Salaries and wages were at $499,928, which was also up about $9,000 from July. And we had a net operating loss of $151,810. And then when we add in sales tax, our net operating loss was $35,284. What I will say is that if you look at our year-to-date comparisons, there are those two little tables down there. Year-to-date, we have $348,140 loss. The difference this year compared to last year, and I shared this with you, is that we had not received our $317,000 shop payment, which normally comes in August. And so we did get that early on in September. But had we received that on time, that number looks a lot different. So we're maybe showing that it's a little bit worse than last year, but it's not. They're showing that it's quite a bit worse than last year, but it's actually just only a little bit different from last year. Our age payables, I kind of skipped past that, but our accounts payable balance for August was $583,222, and I don't know that it's been that low in the last 10 years.
No, I actually talked to Jason. He thought it might be like 1969 since it had been that low. Seriously, that is low. I
He
mean,
wasn't even
come on.
alive then.
He You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's been
It was probably close.
very long time since it's been that low.
And we're paying our bills. When cash comes in, we can pay our bills. And so that, you know, the revenue cycle piece of it just kind of leads itself into the whole rest of it. And so when we've got a good billing process, we've got a good collection process, that allows us then to be able to pay our bills. And so, of course, you know, our vendors love it when we pay our bills. So we didn't have a single invoice over 90 days except for the PMC deferred invoices that are part of the contract when we set it up, waiting on when we'll pay those when we get our cost report settlement. And honestly, we're getting close to that 60-day mark. So we're going to keep paying bills, and I'm going to tell you, we did all that, and we paid off our line of credit. So we did have to hit the line of credit last month, and we had it paid off, you know, early this month. So things are going well.
Proof that Code Quick is doing a great job at the cash flow. That's what helps the cash flow.
That, I think, I'll share one other thing, and I think I mentioned probably last month that we were looking into an agreement with the company to do a third-party underpayment audit and recovery, and we are pretty close to having the data prepared to send to them to go ahead and start that process. It'll be a lengthy process, but it could be pretty fruitful for us to get back some of the money that we were underpaid over the last 5 years. Any questions?
Any questions for Kelly? All right, we'll move on to item B under the CFO's report. We will approve or disapprove ICS accounts at High Plains Bank with Candace Allen and Kelly Parker as authorized signers. Anything you want to?
So we rebid our CDs from our employee retention credit. High Plains got one of the there were two CDs, and they structured it such a way that got us the highest interest rate, 12 months at a time. But to do that and to ensure that we could have access to it in an emergency, they created these two ICS accounts. And so those are established. We just need to approve them officially.
Do I have an approval or a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve approval of ICS accounts at High Plains Bank with Candace Allen and Kelly Parker as authorized signers.
Thank you. I have a motion by Mr. Bowman, a second by Dr. Simon, to approve of ICS accounts at High Plains Bank with Candace Allen and Kelly Parker as authorized signers. Any questions? Roll call.
Bert,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to the Medical Staff Executive Committee. Before we get to item B, Dr. Burke, anything other than credentialing that you want?
No.
Okay. So we'll move on to item B, and the following the following items from 5BI, B1 to B4 are all reappointments of the medical staff. They will be approved or disapproved by one vote unless any member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of the following items.
I move to approve 5B1 through 5B4.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Let me give that to Mr. Bowman there. So I got a motion by Dr. Simon, a second by Mr. Bowman to reappoint to active staff Scott Burke, MD, reappoint to active staff Joy Burke, pediatric medicine, reappointment to courtesy staff Brady Reed, and reappointment to courtesy staff Jodlyn Aquino, telemed family medicine. Roll call?
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg, yes. Brown,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bert.
Abstain.
I guess.
Oh, I think you're,
Huh?
I hope you say yes on yourself, but I get it, thank you. All right, Quappy, anything with Quappy you want to go over, or anybody have any questions? Okay, we'll move on to number 7, improvement to patient care. Contract review,
Looks good.
looks good. Any questions by any board members there? Okay, we do have item B, 7B, discussion and action to approve or disapprove the revisions report dated August 31st, 2025.
Looks like most of those are just revisions, no new.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the revisions report dated August 31st, 2025.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Simon, a second by Dr. Mossberg to approve the revisions report dated August 31st, 2025. Any questions? Roll call?
Mossberg? Yes. Brown?
Yes.
Hannaford?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Simon?
Yes.
All right. So you want to do the convalescent, quick, I guess, a quick update?
Yeah, not much. We're still passing through Medicare payments until Beatles gets their license fully established. We do have interest income from the CDs that's noted on the financial statements. Other than that, nothing really to report. When we do the fiscal year 2025 audit, we will be moving the nursing home assets to the hospital financials.
Any questions for Kelly on that? All right, you want to do the homestead report?
Yeah. Homestead, I'm going to probably spend some time with Tanya. Homestead's revenue is a little bit down, and so see if there's some things we can do to bring that revenue up. They did have a loss of about $17,000 in the month of August, and then they had a loss in July of about $7,000. So that's not typical what we experience with the homestead. So, and we're, it's not one that we ever expect to just, make a lot of money, but we do need it to break even. They've got enough cash to sustain this for a little bit, but we need to probably do some things to encourage more folks to move in. I do know that they have had some people pass away and things like that, and that happens. But that's what I got for the homestead.
Okay, anything from the foundation report?
I do not have anything for the foundation.
Good. St. Anthony's report. Glad to have you.
Yes, thank you. Thanks again. A couple things SSM is working on. Obviously, the federal legislation that's passed that affects funding for communities like ours. We're at the phase now with the Rural Health Transformation Fund, which is the allocation of the $50 billion that will be distributed to the states. That plan is that OHCA, the Healthcare Authority, will be the one that allocates the fund, and SSM put together a plan, part of the RFP, to submit how SSM would recommend that the money gets distributed, and it's everything from software to hardware to anything in between. And so a lot of it's focused on value-based readiness as well as behavioral health expansion, teleprograms, things like that. But it's been submitted, so we'll see. I'm sure they got a lot of submissions, so hopefully it'll be something that's considered. But it's in there, and it was sort of a unified submission, so there wasn't a lot of one-offs and two-offs, but I'm sure the other Mercy, Integris, and others like that submitted something, but ours was in. And then we had really great representation of the affiliates at the Rural Health RHAO convention that was in Tulsa this year. Kevin O'Brien, the administrator over at Harper County in Buffalo, was recognized as the Rural Health Leader of the Year. Highlights for his nomination or his conversion from, I guess, to REH, the Rural Emergency Hospital, as well as some of the services he manages and runs over there in his part of the state. So that was pretty exciting to see him recognized for that. And then some other things, just OHA, the Hospital Association is working closely with our VP, Rural Health, to get some alignment. They've got a meeting this week in Oklahoma City to talk about their annual strategy on how the Hospital Association can get some resources behind the allocation of the $1 billion that we'll have coming our way. So a lot of planning, a lot of impact, a lot of strategic thinking. If the cuts do come, how are they going to impact, what's the timeline, things like that. So a lot of strategic thinking and alignment, but it's a lot.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. Mr. Bowman, anything on city council report?
I have no report at this time.
Okay. No chairman's report. Any new business? All right. Hearing none, I appreciate everybody being here, and meeting is adjourned.